Good evening, dear students. Today we will be discussing the equation of straight line in different forms. That is in continuation of whatever we discussed in the previous class. So in the previous class, we actually ended the discussion by finding the equation of a straight line in slope-intercept form. Now, today we are going to discuss the finding the equation of a straight line in point-slope form. Okay, so before I proceed further, could you please confirm that you are able to view the screen properly and able to hear my voice very clearly?
Yes.
Okay, great. As I said in the previous session, that to find the equation of a straight line, you need to have two information given. Okay, because with one information you can have multiple straight lines, but with two informations you can find the equation of the straight line exactly. Let me give you an example here. What is point slope form? So there are two information. First one is the point and second one is the slope. The first one is point and second one is the slope. So that means what? Both point and slope has to be given so that you can find the equation of the straight line in unique manner. Okay. So let us first discuss with a with an example, representative example, and that will help us to understand the situation. So suppose this is the coordinate axis. Okay, this is x, o, x dash, y, o, y dash. Now, dear students, in this one, point slope form means to find the equation of a straight line which passes through a given point and with a given slope. That means what? If we have a straight line something like this, this is the straight line L, and this straight line L is passing through a fixed point. What is the fixed point? The fixed point, we say it is passing through a point P, suppose comma x1 comma y1, and it is having a given slope. That means if this angle is theta, that means theta is the angle made by the straight line with the positive direction of the x-axis. Then what is m? M is equal to tan theta, and that is given to us. If both this information is given to us, that is that point P x1 comma y1 and the slope of that straight line, then we can find the equation of the straight line uniquely. I'll come to this point. But before that, let me tell you, if only one information is given, then can you find the equation of a straight line uniquely? Not really. Okay. How come? Suppose only a point is given, P x1 y1 is given. Then we can have a straight line something like this, something like this, something like this, all passing through the point P x1 comma y1. So we are not able to find the equation of the straight line uniquely. On the other hand, if only slope is given, that is theta, then also we can have multiple straight lines, okay, parallel to the initial line. So this straight line, this straight line, this straight line, all are having the same slope as m, because all are making the same angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. All these angles are theta. So that means you are not, but all these lines, whatever I drawn in purple color, they are not passing through the point x1 comma y1. On the previous case, what we had is that there are different straight lines passing through the point x1 comma y1, but not having the slope m, that is tan theta. So what we see is that with only one information, we cannot find the straight line uniquely, and hence we cannot find the equation of a straight line uniquely. So then both the information are important. Now, if both the information is given to us, how to find the equation of the straight line? then the equation of the straight line is something like this. So equation of the straight line, equation of the straight line passing through the point x1 comma y1 and having slope m is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. This is the equation of the straight line passing through the fixed point x1 comma y1 and having slope m. Now, in the previous session, I told that what is the general equation of a straight line? The general equation of a straight line is something like this: ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. And dear students, this equation that y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, this equation also we can express in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0. How? Let's see. So now from this equation, what we can write? Y minus y1 is equal to mx. Let me use the same color. So this implies what? This implies y minus y1 is equal to mx minus m into x1. That implies what? mx minus y plus y1 minus mx1 is equal to 0. So what we get? We get is that the equation of that straight line is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a is m, b is minus 1, and c is y1 minus mx1. Okay. Now what you'll do, dear students, we are going to solve a couple of problems, with the help of finding the equation of straight line with the help of point slope form. Okay, so what I will suggest is that you also open your notebook, do this problem along with me, so that the idea is going to be very clear. So the first question what I'm going to give you is something like this. So this is the first question. The question here is that find the equation of a straight line passing through 2, minus 3 and inclined at an angle 135 degree with the positive direction of the x-axis. So we need to find the equation of this straight line. How to find that equation of this straight line, that we are going to discuss now. Question number 1. This is a practice test question number 1. Now, this straight line is passing through the point what? 2, minus 3. So it should be what? Y minus y1, that is y minus of minus 3, is equal to m into x minus 2. What is m? Where m is equal to tan of 135 degree. Correct now? Now just by looking into this, the tan of 135 degree, you can get an idea. Okay, that straight line should be having a slope which is negative, because 135 degree is an obtuse angle and tan of obtuse angle is negative. So how to find that one? So we can take the help of trigonometry here. So that is equal to tan. What we can write is that 1 into pi by 2 plus 45 degree. Correct, no, dear students? 90 degree plus 45 degree. So this implies, if you remember our trigonometric classes, which is also available in YouTube and in the online platform at KonarClasses.com. So 1 into pi by 2, 1 is odd, so it will be the co-function of tan. That is cot 45 degree. Co-function of tan is cot. So cot 45 degree But plus or minus, that depends on 135 degrees in which quadrant, and in that quadrant whether tan is positive or not. So we know that 135 degrees is in the second quadrant, and in second quadrant tan is negative, only sine is positive, so it should be minus cot 45 degree. So that implies what? M is equal to cot 45 degrees 1, so minus 1. That is the value of M we got, and this value of M we can apply it here. So what we are going to get? The equation of the straight line, it becomes y plus 3 is equal to minus 1 into x minus 2. So the value of M we actually applied here. So this implies what? This implied x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Correct? And this is the equation of the straight line. Now, if you represent that straight line, in the coordinate axis, how it would look like. Let's also have a look into it, that how the straight line will look like. So here it will be something like this, that if we draw the coordinate axis something like this, this is x-axis, x o x dash, and this is y o y dash, and the straight line is passing through the point what? 2 comma minus 3. So 2 comma minus 3 will be somewhere like this. Suppose this is 1, this is 2, and this is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So 2 comma minus 3 is this point, and having slope of minus 1. Minus 1 means what? It should be something like this. It should be 135 degree. So the straight line will be something like this, that it should be something like this, where this angle is 135 degree. So this is the equation of the straight line, that the visual representation of the straight line, what you see in the blue line, okay, which passing to the fixed point, that is called 2 comma minus 3. This is the 2 comma minus 3, and this angle is 135 degree. So this is the first one. Second one, dear students, so I would like to give the second question to you, and I want you to solve it, and let's see how it proceeds. So please appear this question and do let me know your solution. So the question here is something like this. Okay. This is question number 2. A line perpendicular to the line segment joining the points 1, 0 and 2, 3 divides it in the ratio 1:n. Find the equation of the line. So you also start doing along with me. Let's first draw the coordinate axis. So this is x-axis, x o x dash, and this is y-axis, y o y dash. A line perpendicular to the line segment joining the point 1, 0 and 2, 3. So 1, 0, 2, 3 means what? What will be the point? So 1, 0, suppose it will be this point, okay, and 2, 3 is, this is 2, and 3 should be somewhere here, 2, 3. Okay, so the straight line is passing through these 2 points. That is, these 2 points the straight line is passing through. Correct? And divide its, okay, so the straight line is this is not our blue line, is the line which is passing through the point 1, 0 and 2, 3. Now we need to find a straight line which I'm going to draw in green color, perpendicular to this line, that perpendicular to this blue line, okay, and divides that line segment. Okay, line segment means is that line segment of, if I give this a point, this is the point A having coordinate 1, 0, and this is the point B having coordinate 2, 3. So now the line segment joining this, and it is dividing in the ratio of 1:n. That means it is perpendicular to this line segment. So this is our desired, straight line, which I, draw in the green color. So, so indirectly, what you need to find, indirectly you need to find that through which fixed point the straight line is passing. And to find that one, this is a fixed point. Suppose P is a fixed point, and it is dividing the line segment AB in the ratio of 1:n. So this 1:n gives us an idea what will be the value of P, the coordinate of P. Okay, if we assume that coordinate of P be x1, y1, okay, then what will be the equation of the straight line? The equation of the straight line, equation of the required straight line, equation of the required straight line is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Now how to find x1, y1 and m? So let's give this as equation number 1. Now, dear students, that line, that required line which I draw in that green color, is dividing the line segment AB in the ratio of 1:n. From that information, we can find the value of x1 and y1. So how you can find the value of x1? If you remember that internal section formula, that is equal to 1 into 2 plus n into 1 divided by 1 plus n. And what is the value of y1? y1 is equal to 1 into 3 plus n into 0 divided by 1 plus n. Correct now? So from here, what is the value of x1 and y1 we are getting, dear students? So from here, we get the value of x1 is equal to n plus 2 divided by n plus 1. And the value of y1 we are getting is that 3 by n plus 1. So x1 and y1, we got it. Now another point is that how to find the value of m. So interesting thing is that straight line, that green straight line is perpendicular to the blue straight line. So then the slope of the blue straight line into slope of the green straight line should be equal to -1. That means what? Slope of AB, that lines, okay, into, suppose this statement I am giving as, we give this is as CD, that line, okay, into slope of CD, that is equal to -1. We know if m1 and m2 are the slopes of two perpendicular straight lines, then m1 into m2 is equal to -1. Now what is slope of AB? That is pretty simple to do. It is the difference of their y coordinates divided by difference of their x coordinate. So that should be 3 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 1. That is the slope of the straight line AB, into the slope of CD that we have assumed as m, and that is equal to -1. So from here, what we get is that m is equal to -1 by 3. M is equal to -1 by 3. Now the value of m, that is equal to -1 by 3, and the value of x1 and y1, okay, we can apply in the equation 1. Correct? And to get the desired equation. Correct or not? So in this equation, we are going to apply the value of x1, y1 as we obtained. Okay, and the value of m we obtained. So that means y minus y1, y minus 3 by n plus 1 is equal to m is equal to minus 1 by 3 into x minus x1, x minus n plus 2 divided by n plus 1. Okay, and that is the required equation of the straight line. You can simplify further, but that is that you can do later also. But you get that idea that how to find the equation of the straight line, and before that how to find the value through which that straight line is passing and its slope. It is not directly given, dear students. Okay, it is not directly given, it is indirectly given. Okay, unlike the previous one, the first question what is being given, it is very directly given that through which that straight line is passing and what is the angle it is making with the positive direction of x-axis. That is the question one. But in question two, you see, dear students, it is actually not directly given that through which that straight line is passing and what is the slope of that straight line, but it is given indirectly. And how? And that we have observed what I discussed in the last few minutes. I hope it is absolutely clear. If any smallest doubt is there, never hesitate to ask me. Now, our next point of discussion is the 2-point form. Okay, and that we are going to discuss now. The 2-point form. That means what? That when a straight line is passing through two given points, that is called 2-point form. So let me first bring that topic, and then we will discuss, and we'll discuss what is meant by that. So as I said, in fact, I said it several times during the discussion of the straight line, and I will also repeat the same statement in future, several times. To find the equation of a straight line, okay, you need to be given two information. First, we have seen that which I discussed in the previous class about that slope intercept form, that the slope is given and y-intercept is given. Then today we discuss in this session is that the point and slope form, that is point is given and slope is of the straight line is also given. But here we are going to discuss is that 2-point form. Dear students, 2-point form means what? The two given points, a straight line is passing two given points. Okay, those 2 points are known to us. Then how to find the equation of the straight line? That means what? Let me first draw the coordinate axis. So, sorry. This is origin. Okay. Now, suppose 2 points has been given. Okay. This is the point A having coordinate x1, y1, and this is the point B having coordinates x2, y2. And we need to find the equation of the straight line passing through these 2 points A and B. So let me draw the straight line. So this is the straight line whose equation we are going to find. Okay. Dear students, what about the information, what about the discussion we had so far? With this also you can find this equation. Okay. But let me first, tell you what is the equation. Okay. The equation of the straight line. So let me write it down. Equation of the straight line. Equation of the straight line passing through two given points. Two given points x1, y1 and x2, y2 is y minus y1. So let me write down equation. Y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. So in other way, what we can say is that y minus y1 divided by the difference of their y coordinates is equal to x minus x1 divided by the difference of the x coordinate taken in the same order. That means what? If you divide y2 minus y1 on the left hand side, right hand side should also be x2 minus x1. It should not be that left hand side it is y2 minus y1, but in right hand side it is x1 minus x2. That will not work. So this is the equation of a straight line passing through two given points. Now, what I was telling, without knowing this equation, what I just wrote, you can also find the equation of the straight line based on the information what had been given to you. So let me do it in a different color, and so that you can also understand. Yes, sir, it was not required that you explicitly inform that equation of the straight line. Actually, we can find that equation of the straight line from the point slope form. Okay, so let us find that equation of the straight line, passing through the point A and having slope m. What it will be? It will be y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Correct now? That is the point slope form. Now, when 2 points are given, we can find the slope of that straight line passing through those 2 points. Correct or not? What is that m? M is nothing but the difference of their y coordinates, that is y2 minus y1, divided by difference of their x coordinate taken in the same order. That means it should be x2 minus x1. Then what is the value of m? What we are getting from here? Sorry, what is the value of m we are applying here? So this implies y minus y1 is equal to m. M means y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This implies y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. And if you see, dear students, that is the same equation what I wrote in the red box in the above. So these two equations are same, na? So anyway, what you need to remember is that you need to remember what is the equation of a straight line passing through two given points. So here it is, equation of the straight line passing through two given points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 is y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. Correct? Now let's solve a couple of problems to get so that our idea is becoming very clear that about that 2-point form. So for example, the first question what I'm going to discuss is that let me show you the question first. So here is the question. Find the equation of the line joining the points at1 square 2at1 and at2 square 2at2. So let's do it together. You also open your notebook, dear students, and we will do it together. This is question number 1. So now the equation of that straight line, the required equation is as you started doing this kind of problem, you can assume that at1 square 2at1 as if like x1 comma y1 and at2 square 2at2 like x2 comma y2. right now. This is the way you can remember. So what is that equation of the straight line? It is y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. Correct? Now we can find the value of x1, y1, x2, y2 in terms of 81 square, 281, whatever is given. No? So that we can simply apply here. That I'm doing for the as we started solving this kind of problem. Once you are you are experienced in solving this kind of problem, so you don't need to write down all these things in explicitly. That is y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. So what it will be, y minus y1. What is y1? Y minus 281 divided by y2 minus y1, that is 2a t2 minus 2a t1, that is equal to x minus x1. X minus x1 is x minus a t1 square divided by x2 minus x1, that is a t2 square minus a t1 square. Now we can simplify. So in the in both the sides, what we can say is that a will get cancelled. So then what we are going to get, y minus 281 divided by 2a we can take common, so we can take 2 into t2 minus t1, simple algebraic simplification, and here it is x minus a t1 square divided by t2 square minus t1 square, that means t2 plus t1 into t2 minus t1. So what we can write is that since a cannot be equal to 0, because if a is equal to 0, the question doesn't make sense. at1 square to at1 should be 0, 0. at2 square, 2at2 should also become 0, 0. So that means a straight line is passing through 2 points 0, 0 and 0, 0. Meaningless question. So a cannot be 0. And as is a cannot be 0, we are able to write this thing. We are able to cancel from the denominator of both the sides. Correct? Now, from here, what you can do, dear students, is that the t2 minus t1 can also get cancelled, because t2 cannot be equal to t1. That means t2 minus t1 cannot be equal to 0. Why? Because if t2 is equal to t1, then those 2 points, at1 square to at1 and at2 square to at2 become the same point. And with this single point, you cannot construct the equation of a straight line uniquely. So that's why t2 should also not be equal to t1. That means t2 minus t1 cannot be equal to 0. And as this is the case, what we can write here, so this implies, y minus, 2a, let me write properly. So y minus 2a t1 divided by 2 is equal to x minus a t1 square divided by t2 plus t1. You should write, since t2 minus t1 is not equal to 0. And then you can simplify further, and you can you can give it more proper shape. But I'm not spending time on discussing how to simplify this one. That you can do it. But this is the equation of the required straight line. Now, the point is that one thing I just missed out is that I told, right, every straight line equation you can express in the form of ax plus by plus c. So let's see how we can express this in the form of ax plus by plus c. Okay, so let's see that how we can express this thing in the form of ax plus by plus c. So from this equation, what we can write, dear students, is that from here, what we can write, so y2 minus y1, so we can write here. So from here, what we can write is that y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus y plus, we can write y1 minus x1 into y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, dear students. This is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, b is nothing but minus 1, and c is nothing but y1 minus x1 into y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So here also we see that you can express this equation in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. And you know, dear students, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is the general equation of a straight line. Okay. Now the next point, next question what I'm going to solve is that, along with you, is that let me first give the question in front of you and then we will solve together. So here is the question. That question is, a line is such that its segment between the lines 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0 and 3x plus 4y minus 4 equal to 0 is bisected at the point 1, 5, and we need to obtain its equation. A line such that, first let us draw this entire situation. Let us give a visual representation of the problem. A line is such that its segment between the lines 5x minus 4 plus 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0. So let me first draw. Suppose this is 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0, and this is 3x plus 4y minus 4 equal to 0. So let's take this one. So this equation is 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0. 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0, and this equation is 3x plus 4y minus 4 equal to 0. Now what is our equation? A line is such that its segment between the lines means what? That means if I draw the straight line something like this, okay, this is the equation of our required line L, okay, is bisected at the point 1, 5. That means if we consider A is the point of intersection of our required straight line with the equation 5x minus 4 plus 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0, and B is the point of intersection of our required straight line with the equation 3x plus 4y minus 4 equal to 0, then C be the midpoint. Okay, bisected at the point 1, 5. That means equation of the point C is 1, 5. Correct? So it is 1, 5. We need to find bisected at the point 1, 5. So we need to find the equation of this straight line. Now, dear students, one thing is that if we consider this particular point's coordinate is alpha comma beta, and this particular point's coordinate is gamma comma delta, then we know that suppose let's take the equation of, the point A having coordinate alpha comma beta, and the point B having coordinate gamma plus delta. Then as C is the midpoint of A and B, means in the line segment AB, C is the midpoint, we can write alpha plus gamma divided by 2 is equal to 1, and beta plus delta divided by 2 is equal to 5. Correct, no? So these two equations we get. The first one. Now, that point alpha comma beta is passing through, is on the straight line 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0. So what we can write here? We can write that 5x, 5 of alpha minus beta plus 4 equal to 0. Correct? And gamma comma delta is passing through the, is on the straight line that 3x plus 4y minus 4 equal to 0. So then what we can write is that we can write this we give equation number 3, and what we can write is that 3 into gamma sorry, plus 4 into delta minus 4 equal to 0. Correct, not dear students? Now, with the help of equation 1 and 2, we need to find the value of alpha beta and gamma delta, okay, in the from the equation 3 and 4. Okay, now we need to find the value of alpha beta gamma delta. How we can find it out? That is quite simple. I'm just giving you the instruction. You can do it, and do let me know by once we start our next class. Before we start our next class, by the way, what is that? From this equation, from equation 1, you can find the value of gamma in terms of alpha. Correct? So from this equation 1, what you can find the value of gamma in terms of alpha? From the equation 1, you can find the value of gamma is equal to 2 minus alpha. Correct? And from the equation 2, we can find the value of delta in terms of beta. What is that? Delta is equal to 10 minus beta. Now this value of gamma and delta we just obtained in terms of alpha and beta, we can apply in the equation 4. So then equation 4 becomes what? Equation 4 becomes 3 into gamma, that means 3 into 2 minus alpha, plus 4 into delta, that is 4 into 10 minus beta, minus 4 is equal to 0. So from here what we get? From here you will get 6 minus 3 alpha plus 40 minus 4 beta minus 4 equal to 0. So that implies what? That implies 3 alpha plus 4 beta, and here we get 46 minus 4 is 42. So minus 42 minus 42 that is equal to 0. So now this equation we give at equation number 5. Now from equation 3 and equation 5. So from equation 3 what we get, dear students? From equation 3 we get 5 alpha minus beta plus 4 equal to 0. And from equation 5 we get 3 alpha plus 4 beta minus 42 equal to 0. Very simple system of linear equations of two variables. From here you can find the value of alpha and beta. You can find the value of alpha and beta, correct? The moment you find the value of alpha and beta, you can find the value of gamma and delta as well. because gamma and delta is nothing but 2 minus alpha and 10 minus beta. After that, it's very simple. You need to find the equation of the straight line passing through AB. In fact, without finding the value of gamma and delta also, you can find the equation of the straight line. In that case, what will happen? Equation of the straight line should be passing through the point alpha comma beta and 1 comma 5. Correct? In that case, you no need to find the gamma and delta. So what will be the required equation? The required equation should be, will be y minus y1, y minus beta divided by 5 minus beta is equal to x minus x1, that is x minus alpha, divided by 1 minus alpha into, done. Y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is going to do x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. And alpha and beta you already obtained in the previous step, and you apply and you get the equation. So your task is, dear students, is to find the value of alpha and beta and apply in this equation, and do share with me what is the equation you get. With this note, I would like to conclude the class for today. Now, in the next class, that is tomorrow, I will be discussing the other forms of the equation like intercept form, then symmetric or parametric or distance form, and then we'll discuss about the normal form. And once it is done, then we will discuss about the the solving the DPPs. Till then, you just go through the video lectures very effectively. You can take a couple of examples, make yourself very comfortable about all these equations, and we will continue our discussion in the next class. If you have any specific question, please feel free to me. Otherwise, thank you very much. We will have our class in the next one. Thank you.